What's good, YouTube? I just want to thank y'all again. I appreciate y'all for watching the content. Plenty more content that I'm gonna be pushing out. If you got any suggestions or any ideas or any questions that you need help with, drop them in the comments below. I just want to let you know that this video is actually a section out of my free binary course. All you literally got to do is just join the Discord. Link is down below. That's it. That's literally all you got to do. It's a free Discord, free course. You'll get an understanding of how I trade and how I've been able to help my psychology and actually be profitable in the binary trading. So that's it. That's all I want to let you know. So I hope that you can gain some value from this video. I hope it helps you find your zones and utilize the higher and lower time frame areas of concern and find your target. So with that being said, I appreciate you. I hope I can see you in the community. If not, hope your trading is the best that it can be and you make some profits this year. Peace. What's good, YouTube family? I just want to welcome you back to another video. Now, this video, we actually really just kind of going to go over finding your zones, understanding the EMA that I actually utilize on the screen, and then we're going to talk about areas of concern and understanding why the higher time frame holds the most weight. Just want to let y'all know that the free course, the free PO course that I dropped is it's in the Discord down below. Join the family. You'll get access to the free videos on YouTube. They're privated, and you'll be able to watch the course. It's my first course, you know. It's kind of really just a thought process. I just really wanted to get something out there for y'all, you know. But I just wanted to come in real quick and give you a video. I had some people in the comments talking about they were wanting to see how I mark my zones, and I figured I'd do a little more in-depth idea of why I mark my zones and how I get my major zones and my midlines and so on. So, but yeah, with that being said, join the family down below, like, subscribe, and share. It's a free community till we hit 100, and the course is free. And also, let me know, leave a comment if y'all want to copy my trades, because I'm about to start a new series coming up at the end of this month. I have a plan to take an account with PO, build that account up, take a withdrawal, utilize some of the withdrawal to actually purchase a funded account, and then I'll take that funded account all the way up to a withdrawal, and I'll record the whole process from A to B. And if I get enough people to actually copy my trades, I'll probably go live with the people. But I just want to throw that out there. If it's a possibility y'all want to copy my trades, hey, drop a comment down below. Say you want to copy the trades. Let me know. Send me a DM in Discord or on Instagram. I'll get back to you. But and I'm gonna be opening up one-on-ones after we hit that 100 mark. But I got some ideas for that, and then I'm gonna be dropping a full-blown beginner's course to get you from the very, very beginning of knowing nothing of what you're looking at to where I am. Obviously, to get to where I am, you have to put the hours in. A lot of people don't talk about that, but you have to put the hours in. It doesn't matter if you join my community, watch my course, watch another trader's course, get a mentor, trade like they do. You have to put the hours in. If you're copying signals, you're not going to get very far. But you got to put the hours in. So with that being said, let's get into the zones real quick. So when I like to find my zones, I like to really start out at the 5 minute. This is where I normally find my major zones. If I have something like this where price is like it's too crazy, I can't really see nothing. If I zoom out and I can't really see nothing, let me go ahead and delete these, give y'all something fresh to look at. But so I'm at my 5 minute. If I can't see nothing on my 5 minute or it doesn't look good, zoom out to your 15 minute. You'll be able to see more. Look, I got more stuff up here. This is actually like my third time doing this video, but I don't script nothing. I speak the knowledge that I know. I don't try to alter some shit or fake some shit. So let's start at the 5 minute. When I'm at the 5 minute, okay, this is what I'm looking at. I see that I'm in a nice little downtrend, and we broke this high and this high. So now what I look at is, okay, to me, I know I don't need too much. I don't need a bunch of zones on here, but I definitely want to mark these out. This is my major zone, my major zone, okay? And then let's go ahead, copy this, boom. And I know definitely right here is obviously another major zone. And then you technically, since we're on the 5 minute, technically, I could count this as another zone right here. And then in between these zones, let me go ahead and make these a little bit bigger so you can see. Okay. And I'll tell you why I choose these as my zones. So the reason why I make these my zones is because look at how many touches we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 touches. Compared to over here, we just got 1. We're in a trendy market. So zones, when it comes to a trendy market, your zones are going to kind of be like layers. Versus when you're in a consolidated market, you're trading zone to zone. So now when we're in a trendy market, we're trading. We got to find the trend. We're in a downtrend. Trend is reversed. Now we're getting that pullback to see if we're going to have a continuation of an uptrend. And then we trade layer to layer or zone to zone. All we're doing is price action trading. That's literally all that we're doing. We keep it very simple and very sweet. Okay. So we got our zones marked. Let's get our, you understand why I got the zones? Multiple touches. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for price to come to that point and make a major move. Price came to this point, made a major move. Price came to this point, made a major move. Price came to this point, made a major move. Price came to this point, made a major move. Price came to the point, made a major move. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the major moves on the higher time frame, which will give me my major zones, because your major zones are on the higher time frame. You're going to have zones on the lower time frame. What I look at the lower zones on a smaller time frame is areas of concern, and we'll get more into that in a second. Okay, let's get these midlines drawn up. Now, a midline is pretty much just the same as a major zone, but it's kind of in between two major zones. It's an area of where price will likely come to and consolidate, or come to and bounce off of, just like a major zone. But it doesn't have to be something significant like here, how this hit and it instantly shot down. Look here, touched here, kind of pulled back, pushed up, touched here again, pushed up, then it fell through. The line didn't hold, the zone didn't hold. When you're looking at these zones, let's go ahead and make this red so you can understand that these are midlines. These aren't just, I look at them as regular zones, but they are to me just midlines. I try not to trade away from the midline. I try to trade to the midline. So what that means is I want to come to this major zone and I want to trade to the midline. I don't want to hit the midline and trade from the midline to the major zone. Why? Because you have this type of stuff happen. You have areas, you have lots of bullshit can happen at the midline. It's best for me, from what I've noticed, to always just take the trade from the major zone to the midline. That's it. That's how I utilize my midlines. Okay, so remember, when we're looking at these zones, you don't have to think of it as just a line. Think of it as an area. Price does not always have to come to that line specifically. Price can just come to that area, and that's the same for a midline as it is your major zone. It's the same. It's an area of interest where price will likely come to and make a reaction. That's how we find our zones. Very simple, very easy. That's how you utilize the midlines as well. So what I like to do is I like to drop down to the 1 minute. Okay, so now I have my zones, and you can understand what's going on. Okay, I got my midline here. Price hasn't made it all the way down to the midline, which it doesn't have to make it down to the midline. I know that we're in an uptrend, but we're super overextended. So price is more than likely, because of the overextension, it's going to more than likely pull back to this midline area and then give me a push. So now you see we have the 17 EMA, or you see the moving average. The moving average is a 17 EMA. Okay, that's all it is a 17 EMA. Shout out to my boy Brothers, he put me on to it. How I utilize my 17 EMA, it's kind of like an extra confluence onto my whole plan and my whole strategy. I don't utilize it as like the golden ticket, like, oh, if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna take it. No, I utilize it as an extra confirmation. As you can see on the 1 minute, this is where I would utilize it. I have a confirmation here, but if you see here, it broke, but then still went pushed back through and continued up. That's why I don't count it as just my solid confirmation. I also count the momentum of price, how price is moving, what price is doing. Like, okay, price never broke this low and it's starting to push up. It gave me a nice power pattern. It actually engulfed the entire structure that it made. So now it's a good confirmation. I don't need the EMA, but the EMA adds a confluence to my entry. So I utilize that. Okay, we're bouncing off the EMA. The EMA is holding. Okay, I know that we've already came to the top of this zone. The EMA it broke the EMA, but it didn't hold and it continued to push. I'm taking my trade, 3 minutes, boom. Big smack. That's as simple as it gets. I utilize my EMA as literally just a second confirmation, an extra confirmation. You see right here, it didn't even touch the EMA all the way, but how price is moving, this could be possibly a good trade to push down, but I need more visualization. I need more understanding of what's going on right here, okay? So that's how I utilize my EMA. I can utilize it for a sell. I can utilize it for a buy. It is just an added confirmation to my strategy. I'm not an indicator-based trader. As you can see, most of my charts are very, very clean. I don't normally even have all these lines on here because all these lines can still confuse you, okay? You just need to understand the zones. What are major zones? Where's price normally more than likely going to react? And you need to understand that. Now, understanding why the higher time frame holds the most weight is because the higher time frame is essentially what you're looking for price to do, okay? So I'm looking for a buy, okay? I know that price was in a downtrend, but we broke that trend. I want price to give me this pullback and then give me a continuation, okay? So for that to happen on the lower time frame, price is going to have to make drastic moves in order to make these big pullbacks happen and then big pushes. So that's why you'll see small little bullshit candles and then you'll get in your trade and that bitch will shoot down. Okay, well, you're probably right on the higher time frame, but you're allowing the lower time frame to have more weight than what the higher time frame is trading. Like, you have to trade with the higher time frame in order to have the best confluence. You can't trade the higher time frame a buy and then be selling the lower time frame. The only time that you can do that is if you're very, very good at trading. You're very good at your entries. You're very good at your timing. You have to be on fucking point. You can do it, but you have to be on point. You're more than likely not on point. You're not going to be able to control your emotions because that's a very emotional game. You have no bias. All you're doing is you're trading the lower time frame zones, which is very, very, very crazy compared to trading the higher time frame zones. When you look at lower time frame zones, you need to understand this right here, not a zone. Just because let's get a line out here. I want to show you this, okay? When you understand these lower time frames, okay, we're on the 1 minute. If you count, I want to make sure that you can see it. This right here, this is your zone. This is the major zone on the higher time frame. Right here would be another zone. You could count this as a major zone on the 1 minute. That would be a major zone. Prices came there multiple times and retested, came there multiple times and broke through, pushed back through. It's a very substantial amount of touches for price. But let's say you get here. Can you count this as a zone? It's got multiple touches. Well, yeah, but I mean, if you're counting all these as zones, you're going to have a line here. You're going to have a line here. You're going to have another line here. it's gonna kind of get really ridiculous. At this point, you might as well just scan the transaction that you want and hope that it goes through, because you're just putting a barcode on your screen. I don't need all that shit. I know that these are areas of concern, and when I'm on the 1 minute, I know that they can make price react, so I add them. I utilize the fact that I know price is going to react at this area, and I kind of determine my entry and my timing with those areas of concern. I look at smaller time frame zones, all these little zones that you want to call, or all these little small touches you want to call zones. These are just areas of concern. I know that they're there. I need to judge for them, but price making major moves at them, very unlikely. What's price reacting to right here? Like realistically, price down here is reacting to all this structure. But this right here, what's this reacting to? It's just reacting to that structure. This one is just reacting to it's like you're gonna have so much bullshit. You don't need all that. You don't need all that. You just need to understand that, okay, this is an area of concern. Prices came here. This literally is going to be more or less your midline area, but price came here and reacted hard. Okay, I need to know that that's an area of concern. It looks like a pretty good area of concern. If I'm down here and I'm coming off this, okay, I got at least to here. Let's see. I'm going to probably put an extra minute on it, or maybe I don't want to hold it for so long, and I'm going to do 2 minutes instead of 3 minutes, because I know that price is going to probably get to there and give me some major push off, so I don't want to get caught in that. So that's how I utilize my areas of concern. It's really easy, super simple. I try to keep my trading as simple as possible, because reading the charts is the same whatever you're trading. It's more of a you game. Like, you need to understand you. Psychology, all that stuff will play a part. Discipline, all that will play a part when you understand you. If you don't understand yourself, you're going to have a hard time understanding why you're losing, because you don't even understand yourself. Let alone you're not going to understand why you're losing. You're just going to probably blame it on somebody. You're going to say, oh, well, it's because my psychology's off, or my discipline's off, or yeah, if you're missing psychology, risk management, discipline, and the knowledge and time put in on the charts, if you're lacking any of these, you're not going to be successful at this. You might have some good outcomes. Flipping accounts, you might have some big wins, but your losses are going to outweigh your wins substantially. That's more than often what happens when it comes to flipping accounts. You can't utilize that one person that can make it happen for the majority of people, because the majority of people aren't going to be able to flip an account. The majority of people aren't going to be able to take $500 to $5,000 in 3 days. Something that I've done over and over and over and over again. I have receipts to prove all of it. So it's like, I had to come to the understanding, like, should I really understand what I'm doing? I'm just obviously lacking in the risk management, and I'm not taking accountability. If you're not taking accountability, that was the fifth thing. If you're not taking accountability, because I said 4, that was the fifth. If you're not taking accountability, all that shit just doesn't matter, because you're not taking accountability for the actions that you're doing. And for the longest time, that's where I lacked hard, was taking accountability for the actions that I would do. Get mad, upset, and I try to revenge trade. Fuck it all up. Make some big profits, try to make some big profits, take a loss, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get that back, and just try to fight to get that back, and then fuck it up. So it's a journey. Anybody that's telling you you're gonna be profitable in 3 months' time, you're full of shit. You have to be very, very disciplined. You have to have literally everything on point: your psychology, your discipline, your risk management, the time put in on the charts, and you gotta have accountability. If you don't have them, if you're missing one, or you're lacking in one, it's just gonna bleed off into the others. Like I speak into the course, it's just gonna bleed off into your trading, and it's just gonna fail. It's not gonna be successful. You have to be consistent with everything. You have to have everything in line. You gotta be in check with everything, so it all goes smooth. You don't want to, if you're having a rough day, you're gonna have a horrible day trading, more than likely. That's 90% of the time how it goes, because your emotions are in control. You're not in control. You can't have your emotions can't have control. You have to have control. That's why people be like, oh, trade my robot, trade my AI, or you'll be successful. Okay, sure, whatever. But AIs only execute off when you tell them to execute, versus if you have the knowledge of trading and knowing when to execute, you can execute more often than a bot. Just because a bot is consistently winning, just because a bot is consistently taking trades, doesn't mean the bot's going to be consistently winning, because just like everybody's strategy, there always comes a losing point. And unfortunately, like bots, they have errors. They get caught in slippage. They normally, if you're trading with a bot, you're also doing very, very high leverage. So you're going to probably more than likely have a bigger loss than you do having a win, because the wins, they're just trying to get a bunch of quick wins and prevent a bunch of losses. So when you see people with these bots, they'll have a bunch of wins, and then a whole bunch of, they'll have big major losses that outweigh most of their wins. So, but that's how I find my zones. That's the moving average that I use. That's how I utilize it right here. This is a beautiful trade to go up, but yeah, I'm working on something. I'm actually going to be doing, like I said, if you want maybe an opportunity to copy the trades that I take or whatever, make some money while you learning how to do this, like I said, DM me or drop a comment down below. Join the family. The links all down below. I appreciate you watching the video and making it all the way to the end. Like, subscribe, and share. And I hope to see you in the next one. I appreciate you. Thank you. Peace.